They don't vote and then they're upset again.
Should we close this? Is that hard to see? Like, is it?
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah. You know, like, how do they look at the percentage of people who?
This is sometimes I remember Colin was.
That a little better?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes, much better.
Yeah.
It's not as inviting to look outside, but okay, I guess we'll call the REAC meeting to order.
That's why I went to vote.
It's 11:05. All right, I'll do the roll call. Peg Zugaby.
Here.
Irene Coughlin.
Here.
Jim Riley. Okay, first order of business. For REAC, we have no action items. We have no new business. We have no old business. We are deferring our financial report to May. We'll do March and April and May. I'll explain why when we get into, the IDE. No bad reason. Just, and that's basically it. So, yeah. Any questions about anything or?
Motion to close.
Motion to close, I guess.
Second.
Okay. Tim Riley. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion closed. Okay. IDA. Okay, I'll do the roll call. Peg Zugaby.
Here.
Irene Coughlin.
Here.
Tim Riley. Okay, first order of business is green development, it's a sales tax exemption extension resolution. Green development is a housing project that we approved, it's construction, they've hit various delays. No, Heidi, or you want to expand on that a little bit as far as?
Yep, this is green development. They're down the street, kind of near the library. And they're almost complete, but as construction often does, it's taken a little longer than they thought, and so they just asked for the end of the year to be able to finish up. They're not asking for more money, it's all money they already have, they're just asking to extend the expiration date. Mhm.
Any questions?
No.
Motion by Tim Riley, do we have a second?
Second.
Zugaby. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I'm glad they caught it.
Okay. We have two items that are for discussion, and there's really not a lot to discuss at this point. There's a, CoreWeave has requested additional sales tax exemption. We've asked them for additional information to justify, as far as our rationale, why we would give them $600 million in sales tax, additional sales tax. They're in the midst of transition with their CFO, retired. I think they've got somebody new coming in. We'll be following up on that. That's something we'll discuss, I presume, during the course of next month.
Okay, so
Anything else on that?
action today.
No action on that today.
North Myrtle Avenue, this is a housing project. Again, this is for discussion purposes only, just as an explanation why it's on the agenda. They had come to us requesting some additional benefits, but because the additional benefits total more than $100,000, we have to have a public hearing. So there wasn't simply enough time between their request and this meeting for us to legally consider it to amend the existing agreements. So we're going to have a public hearing, and that's, again, something we can consider in May.
Why so much?
I think we, oh, go
Okay.
ahead. No, go
Well, I
ahead.
just wanted, there were two, if you might recall, the North Myrtle, there are two projects. Both projects have asked for increases in mortgage recording tax, abatements in sales tax. In both instances, the letters that were sent said because of, cost increases and the bit of delay as well, beyond their control, that some of those will be needed. One of which is about $100,000 in additional benefits, so we have to have a public hearing. The other one is just under, but Heidi and I were discussing as belts and suspenders, if we're doing one public hearing, we may as well do two at the same time. So that way, if there's any question in the future, why don't you do one for the other? Well, legally, we didn't have to, but again, belts and suspenders, no harm in doing it. So that's where we are.
Right, and it's just a public hearing, that doesn't, the board will still make a decision and vote accordingly.
Are you gonna communicate with them at all?
Yeah, I talked to, yeah.
Ask them, so you're talking close to $200,000 on a project that wasn't that big.
The the second one is like 80 units. The
Oh,
Uh,
19, okay.
12 North Myrtle, I think, is 19 units.
Yeah.
The other one is much bigger, and they did have significant delays. I think they started 18 months after they had originally projected. So they budgeted in 2021 for 2025 and 6, and
Completion, yeah.
they do have a case based on inflation.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
yes.
Okay. Going on to new business. At BOCES partnership, BOCES was here, as you recall, last month, and they've been given a proposal, it was approximately $500,000. And how they structured their agreements, this is all for capital investment. They will over time purchase things and submit all the purchases along with an invoice asking for reimbursement as compared to just upfronting anything on our part. So at this point,
That's like they did last time.
yeah, just like they did last time. The reporting, I think, again, not to rehash everything we talked about at the last meeting, but they did everything, if not even exceeded everything that we had asked of them as far as not only the reporting.
Oh, yeah, they were buttoned up.
Yeah, but also their performance, their actual results. So I would have asked the board to consider a decision about their request, but given that Peg, you're on their board,
I know,
we can't. We
Okay.
don't have, I would need a
Okay.
quorum.
you don't have to vote.
And so what I would ask is, I'm going to ask this, but tell me if you're comfortable with this. If you believe we should, anticipation of this being more formally considered in May, in the interim, I can ask council to prepare a more formal resolution agreements. We don't have to reinvent the wheel on the agreements. That work was already done with the prior one. So if that's something the board's inclined, we'll do that in the interim so that the board can more formally consider this in the beginning of May.
I don't see a problem with that.
Again, doesn't obligate you to a decision, it just means if a decision is made,
Yeah.
it can be, action can be taken. Good, okay. Let's talk about the BOCES, no, instead, let's talk. Yeah, I'm gonna inform you, it's not on the agenda, but we have met with RCC, we have had further discussions with them. Again, we can't make a decision on anything with them because, in this case, Irene is.
Our board is really too active in the community. That's the problem.
So there is that conflict, obviously, but again, we can, depending on where we are, we can also take that measure as far as an anticipation. Again, not obligating everyone to a decision, but take the steps necessary to go ahead and have documents in place. That's a little more work because we haven't done anything with them yet. So that, I suspect, will be a little back and forth as far as documentation and, as compared to BOCES, we were kind of duplicating. If it's ready by May, we'll have it on the agenda. If it's
I don't
not,
know who we're using for an attorney, we had that
Exactly.
discussion the other day.
yeah, so there might be some more moving parts, and that could be something where, and again, even their proposal it's spread out over 3 years. So it's a little different structure. But again, if we can get it in place, great. If not, it'll probably be something in June. With that said, let's,
And they're each, Steve, this one's 500, that, I just wanna make sure I'm understanding this right.
Yeah.
This BOCES is 500?
Yeah.
And, RCC is 500?
no, OCC is like, what do you say, 4?
Yeah.
3 years.
It's over 3 years, and it's 400,000 total fund.
It was,
And that we took out, because originally they had also put in the budget anticipated space that they would be moving into. We asked them to take that out of the budget as
Makes
there's
sense,
no
yeah.
formal plan right now. And when that does come to pass, we can certainly revisit, but,
Okay,
scholarships.
and the scholarships, yeah.
let's go to labor report.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the labor report.
So,
So,
I'm your host.
as you can see, all of our projects are in compliance except for 30 West, which is at 21%. So they are tracking exactly the same as they were tracking before. There has been no movement on on waiver requests at the moment, so this is solidly, this is what their number is, based on the numbers that they are giving us.
With that said, there has been, Dan, has had some discussions, with 30 West Council. We'd like to go into executive session. Dan, why don't you give us a reason,
Yeah.
the reason to go into executive session?
Yeah, I would ask the board to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss legal considerations as well as perhaps some remedial actions that the board might consider. As your counsel, I'd like to discuss that with you further. So that-
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Okay,
second it.
Can you mute, please?
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let me know when we're good. The difference. All right, so,
We're good.
all right, so to get the order, we have to, first, is the order, we have to confirm that there was no votes?
Yes.
To the board, is it a vote?
Nope, you just have to state that no,
Okay,
there
there
were
were
no
no votes?
resolutions were voted
There were
on.
no votes taken in executive session. We did stay with the topic at hand. Now a motion to resume the open session.
I'll make it.
Okay,
I'll second.
second, Irene Coughlin. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I will also note that in the interim between going to executive session and coming back, board member Raj Amar has come and joined the meeting. So now we have 4 members of the board. All right, the next item of business. These aren't on the agenda, but this is new, relatively new business. With Irene as our new treasurer, we've been discussing how we want to do our financials updates because she is a CFO. She is, has a deep breadth of financial, knowledge. The quick of it is that we've decided that it would be in the interest of the idea if the board approves it. We're going to bring our bookkeeping operation in-house. We have a new board member who is a CFO of a corporation, very knowledgeable. I have our director of operations has certified bookkeeping, has a certificate in bookkeeping. We have Sid, who is knowledgeable as far as data entry, and we have our independent audit, which we still conduct as normal. So there's no reason to have to outsource bookkeeping when we can do it in-house, which is actually more common.
And there's a limited number of transactions.
And we're very limited, so there's very little, there's not a lot of, it's not like a private entity. It saves us a lot of money.
And we have more control on how things are being recorded,
Yes.
more visibility.
You want a motion?
I don't know if we need a motion per se. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Okay, it doesn't hurt. Okay, someone want to make a motion accepting that change in our organizational structure?
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Hi,
Okay. Good. Next.
have you guys spoken to Sid to do this? I mean, I know you learned
Yeah, look,
accounting,
I
right?
told them yes.
No, and you did graduate from there.
She's good, she's good.
Okay, as long
They spoke with her, Steve spoke with her.
as, listen, it's the best thing because the experience is huge. But more than that, the fact that it's gonna be in-house, and then Irene's there to guide you, because that's great news.
It is, and I think and because with our independent auditor, they have certain ways, they're very plugged in as far as when they do their audit, what the state expects. So this will allow us to do some seamlessly transition into how we do some bookkeeping. So it's a good thing on a variety of levels. We've been with Berard Associates for many years, and I will certainly thank them for all the years of service, and then have them understand this is a decision to bring it in-house. And again, I will thank them.
Do you wanna just say what we're gonna say, like, because there's, what are we paying for right now?
Like $600 a month, and plus I think
Plus
it's
500 for REAC,
for
right?
500 a month for reality thereabouts. So in the scheme of things, it's a savings, it's a monthly savings, but again, I think it's just more efficient, and again, I do want to make sure, and I do
Well,
want
there's not a lot of transactions, so
Yeah.
that's the best part. The only thing, who's gonna put the reporting together?
Yeah.
Well, they have to check the bill,
we
pay them
the
that one
reporting
check.
will be all done in-house now, then you'll get a financial report, it's just generated internally as compared to external. That's all.
You're running out of people.
So,
You'll actually get more reports, because we'll do
so
balance sheet.
what I would recommend is that you tell them, if you open a QuickBooks account, you tell them to transfer your data over, so it's there for you.
So
to
we
report.
already have QuickBooks, that's what we already have.
We are gonna switch from where, now we have desktop, we are gonna switch to online.
Well, you
so
have
that-
to be on here.
But we're all set with that.
But your QuickBooks is done here?
Yeah.
So,
We have our own QuickBooks.
the question is, the person who does your books, they come here to do it?
Yes.
I'm here to do it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and if we need anything in the interim, we have to send him
So
the
what
backup.
took you so long?
What did you guys so
All eyes turn to Sid.
But the funny part is because this is why I was training you. I said, go learn QuickBooks so you can help me in accounting. So it worked out great because at the end of the day, accounting is like, if you're speaking Spanish, you gotta speak it fluently, right?
Yeah.
So once you're in accounting on a daily basis, you'll get to understand, and then she can ask questions, which is great.
So
And it's a great experience to have accounting background too, so.
Do we have our files?
I didn't realize that we had QuickBooks in here.
Oh, yeah.
Offsite.
Offsite, if we go down, we lose 24 hours.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah,
You're not,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, next item of business. I want to discuss there, we, as you all know, we partnered with, Jen Nazario and her office, the county's Office of Economic Development. Last year, we did, a big forum, economic development forum. We've done various marketing things with them. They have a variety of things. So this year, one of the things that her office is overseeing and that we've been working closely with them on is launching a marketing campaign. I don't know if I want to launch. I don't know if I don't want to go into the detail of it because that's almost like would be Jenna's like the unveil.
Right, yeah.
But there's a very creative marketing campaign that I'm suggesting that that I think we should partner with because we spend money every year on marketing. That's something that the ADO requires us to do. We have our breakfasts, as you all remember. We do economic development forums. We do various outreach. We buy journals and ads and all this stuff. This is actually bringing it all in-house and launching a social media, and I think it's a variety of platforms of marketing, Rockland County, of which we're also, the IDA will be featured, major projects, some of our significant projects will be featured, and this is ongoing, it's a whole campaign. So our contribution, apart from the intellectual contribution that we've been working on, is spending some money to help underwrite this. And that money would be over the course of, how long over the course of?
It's a one-year campaign. So
1 year
we're starting
campaign
out, we go to
would be,
next May.
but I would ask is if the board is okay with it, that we agree to spend 42,000. Give us a little wiggle room if there's something else comes along, maybe up to 50,000 over the course of this year-long campaign to underwrite a lot of the things that we have to do anyway based on the ABO. With that said, then I can answer questions we can discuss.
What is this done?
We've underwritten things like the facilities. We've underwritten having guest speakers come. We've done materials on it. It's something that the ABO. This is more. There's a little bit more. I won't deny that, but I believe it's money well spent because it really markets Rockland County in a way that's going to be unique and take us to a level that we haven't been before.
When do they need the money?
For this, they need a commitment pretty soon because Economic Development Week kicks off the week of May 11th. And so they need to know what direction we're going in.
Is it a lump sum or is it in payments?
Yeah, for this first, it would be, we would commit to 42.
For what
As-
though? See, here's,
Yeah.
I can't speak for everything.
Yeah.
For what?
So-
I'm not saying I'm against
Yes.
it, but I
So
don't know
there's
what it's for.
Yeah, we went through, there were some things we didn't want to get involved in. This would be they are creating 3 like mini documentaries, or 4 like mini documentaries for 4 of our projects. So they would go in, why are you in Rockland? Why did you pick Rockland? All those things, right? Those can then be broken down to social media clips. They're going to do a commercial campaign, so on television. They're going to use these things in different ways. So it's the production of those 4 mini documentaries and a rally kit for local businesses. So, you go to some small towns and every business has a sticker in the window that they're part of the county's small business initiative, and there's, events that go with that, Small Business Saturday, those kind of things. We would be funding the rally kit for the kickoff of that small business in all 5 towns.
So my next question is, can we do this independent then? And I don't mean I want to be independent, but I'm looking at documentation.
Yeah.
I'm looking at receipts, things of that nature. So can they separate
Oh,
that?
yeah, we wouldn't, okay, let's talk about the mechanics.
You know,
So,
Yeah.
let me answer that question, but step back first. I don't know if we treat this as an operational expense. I don't know if the board necessarily has to pass a resolution on this.
okay.
But with that said, I'll set that aside. So I don't know if I need you to vote on anything today. But if the board says but subject to each of you may want, what we can do is, we'll get back to you, actually show you the proposal, then see where the money is broken
Yeah,
down.
that's exactly what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes,
have
and I
all of
re-
that and what the county is contributing, it's just not my information to, you know,
So,
to
do you know how we measure the ROI on this?
yes, they do. They are tracking all of those
The county does?
outcomes. Yes. So they're working with a production company, so they are tracking, and they've done this before, and I've seen it. They track exactly who is watching this, what counties those people are, like, it's mostly in the tri-state. They identified one county in Connecticut that for some reason is very interested in Rocklands, like, they are getting a lot of detail about where these go.
To answer your question, we would be getting, like, making the payment to the production company. It's not gonna flow to the county.
No,
And
No, I don't
Right.
even care about that.
No, no,
But
but that's
the-
important.
but the-
I'm thinking of a year from now, when we get audited, and you gave $42,000 to the county or for
This
what?
ven- this
And I just
vendor,
want
right,
documentation.
right.
oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So depending on if you want to ponder this and have us follow up with you, if you have some more questions. Yeah, no, let's answer
No,
any
please.
questions. Yeah, this is,
So- We're going with them because this is the county who's going with them, like, we haven't put in, this out for bid or anything.
No, no, this is-
No, the county already did this, and this production company is now a certified vendor of the county.
Okay.
So that's why they're.
they've already
that's why they're
been
being
vetted
used.
through their process, the
Okay.
county. And they've asked us if we would help contribute, because they don't have the funding entirely to pay, so they're asking us to partner with them. And
They're asking anybody else to partner with them?
Yes, the RDA.
The RDA.
Okay. And I don't think we should wait. If they're gonna start on May 11th, you're gonna need the money.
If you guys are comfortable with that.
And it's, we have to put everything up front, right? Is that what the understanding is, or is it?
42,000 of it.
Would be, yeah, come due, I'm assuming, in the next 4 weeks sometime.
And listen, we could just leave it at 42, and then if they come to us and ask, say, oh, we'd like to do this, we could treat that as something the board can.
So who
right? Would that
approached,
work?
the county or the production company?
The county, the county. And this is remember last year we did that event at JCC?
Yeah.
This has been in the works since then as the next step.
This
That
is
was the
part of it.
launching pad, yeah.
This also takes us, this is consistent in a different form because it's a media campaign as compared to us having a breakfast where we invite, 100 people
So
to
this is
come.
gonna substitute for other events.
That we would have otherwise
do
normally.
In our-
other-
Exactly.
Before
Yeah,
COVID.
I think a dollar for dollar substitute.
I get it,
but
you know what I mean.
Right. In our yearly Paris report, we have to say what we did to outreach. So whether it's education or something like this, there should be
No.
something we've done.
It's being substituted today, no breakfast, so.
Oh, I do have breakfast
Yeah,
over there.
Yeah.
Touche.
There is breakfast over there.
I mean, in the
Have
past,
like a
before
pot of
COVID,
money
we used to have a
that we
a
have
luncheon every
used
year
for, like,
down at
is there like
Yeah.
a limit that we?
Yeah,
and there'd be 200,
Well, funny
most
you
of the
should say that
realtors and
because
lawyers
part
that
of
would
bringing
come.
all the
and Steve would get up
finances
and
into
tell us
this
exactly
is to establish those
county
things.
executive
What is
stuff like
our,
that. So
no
we haven't done that the last couple
operating
of years
expense
because it's.
funds, those dollars don't
That's why
touch.
it's
And
the same
then,
people.
I just
Right.
thank you, because
It
I'm
just
trying to
seems
understand.
like-
No, that's what I'm saying,
what-
yeah.
A light
you
is
know.
going out, that's
Yeah.
what I was
Yeah,
wondering.
Right, well, that's a,
Do we have
really
like a
wanna do
limit
this.
of?
And then last year.
we
was
don't
just-
have a limit, I mean, our
We don't
limit
have-
is our
they had
discretion
over
as far
the
as, because we don't have a budget per se that we
Yeah.
are adhered to.
They had like an all-day
I think
affair.
it takes,
We
another
partnered
discussion
with the
has to
county.
be, okay, which I don't know
Economic
if it's
development
today necessarily, it's tracking a bigger picture.
It was good.
Marketing is a
You know,
little
they
different
ran
than, say,
different breakout
partnerships
meetings, they
or
had it
this
at
or
night.
that, all these
So, and
things.
they
or
advertised it to,
investments.
you know,
That's a
residents,
different
a
discussion,
lot of
I think we
residents.
need to have
It's
another
kinda-
meeting.
Yeah,
Step
I
through
think
by-
there needs to be a ceiling.
I just
Right.
want the
So it's just
you know.
not, so if I was a board member, I don't want to have this be coming in 3 months.
Hey, here's the money.
Oh, and there's another marketing campaign that's
Right,
for
that's
100.
what I'm saying, I think we need to
You have
have
to
like
say,
a
it's like,
ceiling.
this is it for the year. This is
Yeah.
it. This is our market, this is our outreach, the ABO mandated outreach. This is it for 2020.
Yeah, I just think we need to have like someplace where we just say, this is a cap, this
And
is
maybe
where we
with
don't
that-
go, we're done.
Maybe with that said, you do want to have a resolution that kind of formalizes, that shows that we have said that this is our marketing outreach for 2026.
And that's fine, I mean, they have they have a budget as well, we can do that. This is our contribution, not a problem.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't wanna make it too easy. I'll make a motion that we allocate up to $50,000 to satisfy our, what we satisfy?
Our annual ABO's,
Yeah,
requirement of
education and
marketing.
outreach.
education.
Thank you.
Okay, and that would be for 2026.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Calendar year?
Okay, Tim, you made a motion, so you want to make a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Boy, we've come a long way.
Yes. Okay. That's all I've got. The other item is, I'd like to suggest, so everyone's aware, this is easy. This is not enough, no curveball. Because I can see you going, like not knowing what was gonna say next.
I was not north.
I'd like to have, I know we've been trying to get back to having our meetings the third Thursday of the month, but next month, it's kind of a quirky month. We've got the Cooper's annual conference is the third week, so we can't have it that week. The prior week is Economic Development Week, and we have a whole host of events. I'd like to see if you're okay with this, have our meeting on Thursday, May 7th. It's a little early, but it will also, it'll be able to get it in and out of the way and accommodate a couple of these projects we deferred, that we did deferred decision on, like Myrtle Beach.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Is that when we're having our next meeting?
Yes.
Right, chunk it. But if you're okay with May 7th, that way, and then that's it, we're done. And we'll have our bookkeeping in place by then.
You'll have both documents back from the attorneys on RCC and on both.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yes,
Okay, May 7th, so I'm gonna put that in.
Am I doing RCC?
Yeah, yes.
Dan did BOSI's.
What's that?
You had done the prior agreement with BOSI's, right?
Are you okay with doing it? You okay with it?
Me, sure. However you guys want to.
We'll send-
We'll decide.
you guys are, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll send you all the stuff.
All right,
We
so,
do.
Cage match.
Yeah.
My money's on Rudy, okay, I'll tell you that. I bruise like a peach.
okay,
Does the 7th work for everyone that's here?
11 o'clock?
11.
Yep.
I'm good.
Okay, good. Great.
all right, and we got time, but I'll send out notices and all. Okay, so if there's no other business, I'm gonna read the minutes. Okay, call to order at 11:05. Action items, green development, sales tax exemption extension. We explained that it was a matter of, because of delays, they're asking for an extension of their sales tax to the end of the year without asking for any new benefits. Motion by Tim Riley, seconded by Ted Zugby, all in favor. Two discussion items involving CoreWeave. Discussed that they have made a request for additional benefits. They have a new CFO. We're giving them time to respond to some of our questions regarding that request. So that really is information only. There's no action on that. On North Myrtle Avenue, again, same thing. They've come back and asked for additional benefits. However, we have to have a public hearing before the board can even consider the matter. So again, that will be deferred to our May meeting. BOSI's partnership, the board has reviewed that and has not made a formal decision because of variety of quorum as far as eligible, because of conflicts of interest. So we've directed council to prepare a partnership agreement that will allow us to make a more formal decision. At that time, the board will make a decision what they want to do, but they'll have a document attached to that decision, pro or con. RCC, same thing. Because of conflicts, we're not making any decisions. We're just asking the attorneys to prepare a document that the board can then consider at a later meeting. Labor update. Sarah provided an update on all the matters of all projects in compliance, with a note that all projects were in compliance except for 30 West. At that point, there was a discussion, a request to go into executive session to discuss legal matters at the advice of counsel. I would have to handicap it.
Remedial actions.
Remedial action,
Potential.
potential legal action. which justifies executive session. The motion was made by Peg Zugaby, seconded by Irene Coughlin. At 11:15, we went into executive session. At 11:30, motion by Peg Zugaby, seconded by Irene Coughlin, come back and resume public session, come out of executive session. In the interim, board member Rajamar joined the meeting. Under additional new business, executive director brought up the fact that there has been, that we would like to have the board's approval to bring the bookkeeping function in-house, given that we have a new board member who is a CFO. We have a staff member who is a accredited bookkeeper, and another staff member who is excellent at data entry, again, as we all discussed, as you can see on the video. Talk through the mechanics of it, acknowledge that Berard Associates have been a long-time bookkeeper, but this decision to bring this in-house, and along with cost savings, it will increase the efficiency of the operation. Motion by Tim Riley, seconded by Peg Zugaby, all in favor to take that action. Okay, brought up additional new business, that there is a marketing campaign to partner with the county that would be on a variety of social platforms, and it would satisfy our ABO obligations as far as marketing, education, and outreach. Following discussion, a motion was made by Tim Riley, seconded by Rajamar, to approve funding up to $50,000 for 2026 towards this media campaign. I don't know if there's anything else I need to add to that that I just discussed. And then finally, there was a discussion as far as, given timing, a variety of obligations of the staff and other agency matters, that the next meeting be held May 7th as compared to the third week of May. And the board agreed to that, and that's confirmed. Of course, notices will go out appropriately. And that's it. Motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and with that said, with no other business, a motion to close the meeting. Zugaby, second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting closed.